Hi everybody, I'm Doc Shocker, and welcome to Deathstate. In our last episode, we explored playing as the Embalmer, who, as you can maybe able to tell by the movement on the screen, he's a bit of a slow mover. I think what we're going to do is we're going to just head back to the top of the order, and we'll play as Seeker, and we'll probably start doing more desecrated runs. I did a little reading in the last couple of days, and found to unlock our last character, we need to be playing all the way up into 3rd Desecration and finish the game. So we need to start challenging ourselves so that you know, one way or another we will come to meet the game head on, and our skill level improves where we can actually do that. Also, I believe it is probably the path to the last section, possibly. That may have something also to do with the Maze of Ix, which is not exactly what I would call my favorite place in the world. With a Rite of Sanctification, we'll go ahead and pop that. I'm still not entirely sure what that is. May have something to do with unlocking that final section of the game, but we'll just pop it anyway, see where that takes us. My first run of the day, so as always I'm very thankful that we had started in the Fortress of Koth. By far I think the easier of the tile sets that we could have rolled of, you know, the two. So we'll make sure we bump all of our desecrations if they're made available to us. I'm not entirely sure if we can have Rite of Sanctification and Desecration in the same level. So we'll just make sure we do a fairly thorough job of exploring this first level. And there it is. Right up there, our Desecration. So, yeah. We actually pick up an organ? Yeah, we did. We got that. The Chilling Heart, or whatever it is. So hopefully we can find a golden chest here real quick before we desecrate, so we're not going in entirely unequipped. Not that the first Desecration is really that difficult to complete. It's really just about good dodging. Although something like the Shriveled Digit might serve us well. We do have a tome, the Helix Invectus Minor for a Flame Wave, which not entirely awful. Also in my reading, I did see that there may be a way that we can gain organs as the Star Child. Possibly. I don't know if that's something that may have been patched away, but there are actually a couple of strategies that can get us organs for him. One would be using an Aspect Stone to become the demon or the horror, or, you know, the other demon. Or possibly being able to buy them from a merchant is also another possibility that exists for us. Use our character ability a little bit here. Hopefully that'll do some good work for us. Alright, no problem. Got the golden eye for a 0.25 damage upgrade. But yeah, that's definitely something that I'll be looking into in future runs. Our next Star Child run, whenever that will occur. Probably, well, slightly on the later end of my recording spectrum, since if I'm going to be starting at the top of the order. Let's see, the Pygmy Idol. Not my favorite. I could really do without the falling dodecahedron, or, well, actually that's kind of a weird, what, 12-sided? No, I guess it'd be like a 24-sided polyhedron. So, certainly not an event I was expecting. Managed to procure ourselves a skull, although I did not quite see what its effects were, so we'll have to investigate that here in just a moment's time once we get clear of that. Okay, let's see here. We got the Sam Hain skull. Your fear effect also causes entropy damage over time. It's actually a pretty good little grab there, I would say. A great pickup for the Pumpkin Man, but I think that's probably its intended purpose, I would imagine. Kind of use our specials to get us in, kill us a mummy or zombie or whatever that might be construed as, and we'll, I think, ice the rest of these suckers and make our way to the next floor. Let's see, still have an open weapon slot, so that's certainly something for us to look towards as we make our way deeper. But I think the easiest way to really get into that is going to be, well, we can possibly fight, I think, Baron Grek on this floor. Golden chests, of course. You know, we're still gonna do our best to keep with the fundamentals, fight our champions and our elites and what have ya. Yep, there's Baron Grek. That should get us the Baron Grek's axe. It's like under desecration he actually fires off 5 of those. Just let those kind of do their thing. Alright, there's our Baron Grek axe. Again, it's trading in more or less our rate of fire for some very chunky damage. Alright, the Tangled Heart for 1 max HP. It's a good start. And we have all of our slots in the lower left all filled, so... Aha! We've got another named enemy, which I'm absolutely cool with. Got ourselves the Star Child Cataract Eye for expanded insight and a bunch of other bonuses. We're still on the lookout for a golden chest on this floor. I'm not entirely sure what I'd be looking for out of a golden chest. Possibly a fear bullet would suit us pretty well, I'd imagine, seeing as we're going to passively do entropy damage on top of that. But we'll pop down, we'll fight our first boss, which will be Sharsahal, the Arch Undead, our old buddy. Say, in light of the desecration, it seems like his spawns are a bit bigger than they would be otherwise. But we can fear enemies pretty efficiently, and our entropy bullets are doing good work. I'm taking a couple of hits here, but we're closing in on the end of his health, so we'll just kind of get that where it needs to go. Maybe, with any luck, 'cause we're taking all the hits here. There we go. I'm taken down. Certainly got to be a little more clutch than I had initially envisioned, but got Hermeth's Heart, a little extra, couple of life containers for us. Go to the Ozian Swamp, which I'm quite okay with. I do really think that the Shriveled Digit is probably going to serve us well in the levels to come, because the bullets are getting to be quite impressive. I've got to say. Ooh, it's not taking a bunch of hits here. Although our mutator is luck abounds, I'm sure probably playing under Desecration is probably going to be doing more harm than good. I do want to go after this Architect of the Zealot, but we need to get ourselves in a better health situation before anything like that is going to be going down. Wait for him to do his thing. Let's not take too many more hits here. These the bullet hell is becoming just that, and that's pretty bad that we're only into the 5th layer of our run here, since we have quite a few left to go, upwards of a dozen or so. Alright, there's our champion. Looks like it's going to be raining hell upon us, as long as we can try and keep some good dodges going on here. It may not be the end of the world for us. What do we got? The Flagellum Gut for movement speed up. Really could have used some health there, I'm afraid. Speak of the Devil. Couple of good health drops there. We're still looking for our Desecration. Ooh, that was super sketchy. There's our Desecration. Okay. So basically, we're gonna kind of swing around here and try to make a little extra real estate for ourselves. Hopefully not take any more super bad hits. We're definitely seeing a lot more magic on the ground than any sort of health. Then we'll come over here and move in the direction of suicide, I guess. I thought I had that. The Verbrex Lung for damage up and fire damage up. So our damage stats should be looking okay, and we'll have a look at the screen here in a moment. Our damage is sitting at a nice 2.2, so by no means bad. I think more so than anything else is our damage, or not our damage, our health is actually kind of the soft spot we're currently having. Start waiting for the shotgun blasts. Alright. The Nautiloid Heart for max HP and fire rate, and we're now in Desecration 2. There's our portal. I'd like to clear a little more real estate here. Hopefully manufacture some health drops for ourselves. without taking too much damage. That's definitely the slippery slope. Well, not what I had wanted by any stretch. Alright, but we do have a merchant here, and it looks like he's got some health for sale. We just need to die and not get in there. Okay. We found the Vembrax lung, so that'll be our next little item to get. Okay, now it's time to get serious. Temple of Keet. Still going to be going for the desecrations, because I'll never really see substantial improvement in my play if I'm not challenging myself in a greater way. I could probably just go up to insane mode, or start playing endless, but those are probably going to be videos for down the road. So I imagine, depending on how the runs themselves shake out, I'm not entirely sure what the duration of like an endless run could end up being. Alright, got our champion. The aggravated brain, is that what that was? What's that? It still puts our damage up to 1, but it looks like we're kind of trading a rate of fire for a fat piercing bullet, which is kind of awesome. I say kind of, because basically it's going to create a need for a higher rate of fire at some point. But this is seemingly coupled with a high rate of fire might be super, super rad. Hey, I'm just gonna dodge right into that, because I haven't been taking enough damage yet, so we'll do our desecration. It's gonna make for a much longer fight for us, it looks like, by having these smaller bullets, or these slower bullets, which actually makes me lead to wonder if maybe we're firing half as fast for not a double damage up. Not that that's by any stretch of the imagination the end of the world. It's just, you know, be kind of good to have one way or the other if we don't die in the midst of this fight. Toxic Spore, damage taken 1%, plague damage 30%, and a total upgrade of 0.25 damage. All in all, pretty good, pretty good. We're still looking for a golden chest for ourselves. What does that put us up to? 1.25 total damage. And any sort of rate of fire hike is going to do very well for us. Of course, we want to find our tomes, or grimoires, whatever you'd like to kind of call those. Well, we need a relic, a weapon, a tome. We have so far are just a couple of organs, neither of which are bad for us, but that, you know, damage taken might get to be something towards the end of the run. You never know. Piece of Meteor is a pretty wonderful relic, to be honest. It should do some good things for us, hopefully. Alright. I think with us desecrated, we found our golden chest, killed our champion. Didn't see a book pedestal anywhere. I remember when I arrived here, it was a quiet place, filled with wonder. Now chaos reigns. bullets seem to be doing good work against our opponents. Seems like we're one-shotting just about all of the little enemies here, which is good. It's a good enough replacement for our lack of rate of fire currently. So without any sort of rate of fire increases, though, this could inadvertently get to a point of being more of a hindrance. Fall back here, grab a little health for ourselves. Do we have anything up this way? Merchant. Not too interested in gambling. Probably the worst of the merchants, I would suspect, other than maybe like a 3-potion merchant. So I don't think that would really do anything for anybody. See, there's our entrance. Still no golden chest or book pedestal. Or a champion. Actually, we have not fought our champion yet either. Huh. It's a bit shocking it didn't hit that flying eye. Alright, there's a golden chest, and I did hear our champion. And I see our champion. And I roast our champion. The Star Thing Egg Cluster, rate of fire up, movement speed 0.1, 10%. We emit lasers. I don't know if that's going to synergize particularly well with our bullet damage that we kind of had going on. Seems like we're not quite as chunky as we were previously, so we may have to bear that in mind for ourselves going into the future floors here, which we're about to do. I knew I should have stayed home today. Everyone should have. Alright, so is this going to be our collapsing, falling fireball things from... Yep, sounds like it. Yep, there it is. Right there. Our 24-ahedron. We need to not let ourselves get terribly tilted here. Won't be doing much in the way of good things for us if we do. Some health on the ground. We have Emerald Warding Stone, become invulnerable for 1 second. Gonna pass. I think this is just gonna be a better... The meteor piece is gonna be a better grab for us, I think. Alright, here our champion. Let's get away from that thing. So that's gonna be nothing short of trouble for us. Flagellum Gut for movement speed of 10%. Let's definitely imperative that we keep moving. If we don't, I think we're going to pretty much get smashed by that thing, and I'd just as soon avoid that if at all possible. We've got a seal, always a good thing. There's stuff to be unlocked from that. Probably shouldn't have tried to tank that hit. Clear the way here a little bit, and we'll pop that. And he's going to follow us, so it's not as though we can't, you know, keep moving here. And sorted. So what do we have? The Shadow Hand Fang for damage, or fire and ice damage up. All in all, not bad. Probably be a good thing to get some constant fire damage. Or ice bullets. Either or, I think, would suit the need quite well. Still yet to actually get us into any health upgrades, which is somewhat strange as there's so many items that do provide health upgrades. Still no book pedestal, so it looks like we're going to be going into our fight against our first boss here, Sans Tome. But I think we'll persevere. Again, we're fighting Sharsahal, the Arch Undead. Light him up as best we can. That does a pretty good bit of damage, all in all. So kind of staying close to Sharsahal here to kind of put him at ground zero so we can spam in that fire damage as it's available to us. Try not to get ourselves murdered in the process. We'll save that for the next grouping of floors, possibly. The Yellow Fatty Spleen, damage up, movement speed down, which I think is probably still going to be a net gain for us. Movement speed, yeah, 105, so we're in okay shape. Of course, we're going to be going for a second Desecration on this floor. I will not be gambling, though. It's just a waste of my money, and at some point in the future there's probably going to be a vendor selling organs, and I think that is much better loot spent than the possibility of making more money, as money is pretty readily available now. There was a time when I initially got this game, be it a year ago or more, somewhere that kind of coordinated with the release of the game initially for PC. But I really only started playing it more when it was released for the consoles, so, you know, it's kind of one of those weird things, I suppose. But anyway, your loot drops seem as though they were considerably lower than than they are at this in the game's current state. So, which is good. I mean, I think that's a very good thing, and I think a lot of roguelikes can certainly use a bit of balancing in that. You've got to, you know, maintain a resource economy, or else it's really just going to troll you incessantly, and you got to do something to kind of create that feeling of being impactful with your loot. Because, you know, if you're playing Enter the Gungeon and never find a key, life is going to be kind of rough for you. And I died. Because I was really mouth-breathing more than I was playing, and it cost me. Matrons of the Pit have finished tallying your accomplishments. Your score is 4,635. and we found the Shadowhound's Fang. But I think that'll be a good enough spot to leave off for this episode of Deathstate. If you've liked the video, please be sure to press the like button down below. If you have any comments, questions, or critiques for me, be sure to leave those in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you. And with that, this has been Deathstate. I'm Doc Shocker. You've been great. Happy gaming.